All right. Um, Rob, something else that kind of tied into what we mentioned before about you making when you left WWE. Like, was it 2007 you made your leave? Was it in it? Okay,
Yep.
okay. So Mercedes Monet, who's hot free agent right now. A lot of people are speculating she's going to show up.
Sure is hot.
Yeah, ayo, ayo. Showing up at Big Business potentially next week at AEW. She was asked about when she walked down on WWE back in May of 2022. And she said, "That's a big question. That's a big, big question. I really believe not only in the universe, but I believe in myself and a higher power of light that comes over me. Something inside me told me that I needed to go and do this and stand up for myself. It was a very hard decision because wrestling in WWE has been my whole life. People don't know it's been my whole life. It's the hardest decision I've ever had to make in my whole life, but it's the proudest. It's crazy because I would not be sitting here living the best version of my life and getting to be everything I've ever dreamt of and more. It makes me so excited because that moment changed my whole life for the better. I'm so thankful for that moment. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of Trinity, who is Naomi in WWE, of just how strong we were. Everybody wanted to talk about it. Everybody wanted to act like they were in the room. Everybody wanted to act like they were in the room or worked there or were backstage or knew what happened or knew what was said. All I know is I handled it like a CEO, like the boss that I am, with my
Hmm.
head held high. I can't say anything but amazing things to WWE. I'm so thankful for the career they gave me, the fans they gave me, the life they gave me, the dreams that they gave me. So many dreams. I got to chase and live them all. I got to do so much more. I have a lot of unfinished business in wrestling in a lot of places. So yeah, Rob, when I read that quote, it made me think of you and like how you kind of just you thought it was for your best interest to leave, and it ended up being that for you, right?
Yeah, it's really cool to hear her sound like she was speaking from my perspective because somewhere Katie saw where I don't know if it was an interview or maybe she even told Katie, I don't know, but that I inspired her to be a wrestler, that she saw me somewhere, whatever. I'm sure it wasn't just me, but I can't remember the story. But that and so, when you mentioned her, I thought of that right away. And then when you were talking about her saying when she decided to be a wrestler, this and that, I was like, is he going to mention me? Because I need a reminder on how that went. But I'm a fan of hers as a fan, and I like her, personally. She's super cool, and just she's got that swagger, she's got that appeal to where everyone's going to want to follow her and see what she does, where she ends up. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, pretty darn cool. And it definitely made me think of you and your situation too. And that's awesome that she
Once you got a brand that people really care about, man, it carries over. And the put enough time into your brand, it'll carry on, you know, longer than your flesh will.
Yep, 100%.
No.
Ryan Birch, thank you for the $5. He says, great comment about catching wrestlers earlier. I appreciate it when a wrestler is getting pinned and isn't staring at the ref so they can kick out. So that's another aspect that he.
Yeah, yeah. It's something that bothers me personally is when they don't even fucking kick out. They think that just like making a jerking movement is good enough, and their shoulders are still down. I will pause it every time I see that and rewind it and point that out to Katie and say, "Watch, they're still pinned. 1, 2, 3. The shoulders never fucking left the mat. They didn't even try. All they did was kick their feet out. Like, who taught them that that's a kick out? And it's like sometimes I get like, oh, I need to have a seminar. Then I'm like, no, I'm not going to want to do
I'm
that.
not going to do that.
Yeah, but there's really no platform to reach all the talent and share with them what I could share with them that would help them. At least, well, like she said, like Mercedes said, the universe will provide a time and place if it's ever organic and meant to be. But as far as like teaching people and stuff, I don't think I have the patience, and I really don't want to reach people in the business by talking outside of the business like this. So
Mhm.
that's the paradox there, or the complex situation anyway. So, but that bothers me though. Yeah, they look at the ref and they watch, and then half the time they're pinned anyway, and I'm like, why did the ref not count three?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I also heard William Regal when he did his podcast. He would talk about how putting the effort into pinning like is something that a lot of wrestlers don't do.